This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
WNNX Atlanta, Mr. James Cameron.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Welcome to the show, sir.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
Thanks for coming.
It is very nice to have you, and you just can't shake this Titanic thing, can you?
I know. Did you actually make any money on Titanic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought that you were just kind of fighting to get into the black on that.
Yeah.
We did okay on that film.
That's, that film is, it's so obvious, but it's such a great film. I mean, everyone knows what happened in Titanic, but you're such a great storyteller. Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty funny when we were making it. Everybody kept saying, is this really going to work? Everybody knows how it ends.
Right. That's what you would think, though. And you go see it, you get wrapped up in it. I mean, it's a fast 3.5 hours, I'll tell you that.
Well, it sort of worked because you knew how it ended. Every moment of the film is informed by the fact that you know the ship's going to sink.
I had always wanted to ask you why you chose not to just make a straight movie about the Titanic, why you chose to use the Titanic as the backdrop for a love story.
Well, that way I could make another film later in IMAX 3D that was a straight film about Titanic.
Oh, yeah. Cameron, you're sharp. You are
It's
sharp.
all part of a master plan.
A master plan.
Yeah, we had a really good chat yesterday with Bill Paxton about Ghosts of the Abyss. How long did it take you to put this documentary together?
Well, it took us 2 months to shoot it out in the North Atlantic, and then we were in post-production for 14 months because we had way too much footage, and none of us really knew what the hell we were doing, to be perfectly honest.
Now, when you go down in that, I guess that submarine-type device that you use, and I don't know how many people are in that?
We call that a submarine.
Oh, I thought it's like a submarine.
Type device.
Actually, we call it a research submersible.
That's it. All right, a research submersible. How many people are in there, number one?
It's 3. It's usually me and a Russian pilot, and then another observer in my sub, and then same thing in the other sub. And Bill was usually in the other sub.
And can you breathe regular air, or do you have to breathe a different mix of air when you're that far deep in that type of vehicle?
I get asked that question a lot. People also want to know, how long does it take to decompress and everything. But you have to remember the sub itself, the steel of the sub is resisting the pressure.
Right.
So inside, we're just kind of breathing the same air that you're breathing right now.
It's not like scuba diving where you have to...
No, exactly. You're not feeling the outside pressure.
How big are those cameras you were taking down there?
Well, the camera itself is kind of small. It only weighs about 22 pounds, and you can hand hold it and all that sort of thing. It's like the size of a normal, a production camera that you might see for news gathering.
Uh-huh.
But when you put it into a titanium housing to resist the pressure at that depth, the whole thing gets pretty big.
Because what kind of... It's IMAX. I mean, do you have IMAX film? What do you shoot?
Well, yeah. See, this is the thing that's kind of unique about this film. It's the first film that's been released in IMAX 3D that was shot all digitally using high-definition equipment, which is why the cameras are so small and light. It's really a kind of revolutionary approach to making IMAX 3D.
Talking to James Cameron, now I know obviously you've been working on this for a long time. What kind of permission do you have to get to go down there? I mean, can anybody go down there?
Yeah, who do you call?
Yeah,
pretty much anybody
who governs
that's got a submersible in their garage that's rated to 12,000 feet can go down.
But I mean, who governs that? Or does anyone?
Well, the salvage rights to the wreck are owned by a company called RMS Titanic, although I'm told that they're giving those rights up very soon.
Why?
Just their inability to maintain it. I believe that they've
got enough teacups.
Issues.
How widely known are the coordinates? How many people know exactly where this thing is?
Pretty widely known. I mean, you can get them. Why, you guys thinking of going out there?
We were thinking
of it. Yeah.
We got the new station vehicle
oil drums
sub
together in the back of the station there, putting together a sub.
So the problem is not necessarily finding where it is. The problem is not anybody could just... I mean, only a few people have access to the type of vehicle needed to get to it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got 5 submersibles in the world that have the ability to reach that depth. The U.S. operates one, which is Alvin, which is the one that made the very first manned dives down to the wreck.
What's the nearest city it's next to? Or what's the nearest city where that is?
You'd go out of your closest port is St. John's, Newfoundland, and you'd go out of there. It's about, I think, 350 miles out from St. John.
Oh, wow. It's still 350 miles from there?
Man,
Yeah.
and then how long does it take to get from the surface to the Titanic?
About a little over 2 hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes.
No
What's
kidding.
before you go down and you're up right there at the spot? Is it kind of eerie?
It's eerie. I mean, I've been out there twice on 2 different expeditions. Once when we did the movie back in '95, and once for this expedition, which was in 2001. And both times when I've gotten to the site on that night, before we dove the next day, I've always sort of, had a little toast to the passengers and crew of Titanic, just kind of in their honor. You feel like it's kind of a sacred site, and you want to kind of make your peace with it before you get to work.
Jim, the first time you ever went down to the Titanic, okay? You knew you were going down to this historic shipwreck. You knew you were going down to, this mythological, it actually exists, but this place that was surrounded by so many myths. Do you remember the first time you saw something that really struck you as, oh yeah, this is where people lost their lives? Like, what was the first thing that you ever saw down there that kind of brought you into the reality that this was a grave?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you don't see human remains down there. Occasionally in the debris field, you'll see a shoe or something like that, and if you look closely and you see that it's still laced up, you know that that's where a body fell. Of course, the sea has dissolved away the skeletal remains. We've never seen anything like that, even though we went, all through the inside of the ship with our robot vehicles on this expedition. I think it's more of a sense of, like, say on the first dive, I was so just busy to start shooting and not really letting the emotional side of it hit me. And then we landed on the boat deck, which is where, of course, all the people came out and gathered to get on the boats. And just seeing the davits there that lowered the boats over the side, and knowing that this is where people stood and said goodbye, and knowing that the band played right there, and we landed on the port side right adjacent to the first class entrance. And I literally knew that right at that little patch of decking that I was looking at, that's where the band had stood. And you think, my God, the Titanic band played right there, and all of a sudden it's not a myth anymore. It's not a story anymore. It's real.
Is it in color? Because you lose color as you go that deep. You have to shoot with colored lights to bring the color back?
Yeah, we brought a lot of lighting down with us. In fact, we even brought a whole second ship with us this time, and its sole purpose was to lower down a big lighting unit on a 2.5 mile long steel cable.
Wow.
And use that to help additionally light up the wreck, because it's such a huge artifact, and in shooting in the deep ocean, there's obviously no light whatsoever from the sun, and you've got to bring all your lights. And the difficulty is, it's kind of like lighting a football stadium with a flashlight. You're only going to see part of it at any one time.
Right.
All right, James. Well, thank you.
Okay, good talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing Ghost of the Abyss. It's going to open at IMAX tomorrow.
You should check it out.
James Cameron on the Morning X. Thank you.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
The best of the Morning X. 99X.
Start your day with America in the Morning.
I'm John Trout, your host.
From breaking news.
The U.S. Supreme Court with rulings shifting gears. Apple has released a new iPhone. Here's the Wednesday Business Report. It's far from a seller's market.
To politics and entertainment.
Moving into scary movie season, so why not another Conjuring movie? Shifting gears, Powerball jackpot is now the third largest ever in history.
Live long and prosper.
America in the Morning.
Fresh each day.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.